Okay, let's start with the Sumeru stuff. Or rather, let's end the Sumeru stuff. I think this. You know what? This is gonna be the last Sumeru stuff that I'd be doing because I wanted to do Nahida as well. Nahida store quest, I mean. Pretty sure I don't need to clarify that, but I will. Yeah, just for that. Sumeru Journey has been the best experience so far. I heard Fontaine is even better. I accidentally started the Fontaine Archon quest. I was not It's not a quest that I wanted to start with because I wanted to make sure that I complete all of Sumeru first. But then I noticed the quest that was expiring in 10 hours yesterday. Well, yesterday was 24 hours. So I wanted to do that, but it forced me to do the Archon quest, so I'm gonna abandon that since it is what it is. It's an event story. I don't know if it's super important, but considering that they're gonna expire that story quest, I'm gonna guess it's not. Also, the story takes place after the conclusion of the Fontaine Archon. So it kinda is a spoiler.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand?
What?
An essay! That means facts and logic.
Oh, I forgot to press
Well,
auto
if it's
here.
facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatarasuna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it.
Wait, is this just gonna be revolving or oh god.
Okay, but
I can already imagine what's gonna happen in this quest.
Just mentioned Tatarasuna? But that's on the way in Inazuma. Is it just Paimon,
Because for some reason,
for
prologue and the epilogue quest seem to just make us do some runaround stuff.
Going about their business.
And then just kinda do a
People here are free to research
recap.
pretty much anything. Great. Let's go find out.
Also, why did the MC randomly decide to just listen in on some random people's conversation? That seems rude, MC. Why did you randomly decide on that?
alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper.
What the heck is Kabuki Mono?
If only we knew where to
Don't
find
think
that
I've heard of
traveler.
that term
From what
before.
they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're looking for the traveler. That's
You're the traveler,
Wait.
you say?
They're talking about the traveler, but they don't know what it looks like.
Hey,
It looks like, or she looks
Don't
like.
believe us?
It looks like.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence.
What the heck do you
Sorry.
mean evidence? Wait,
So
is she
what, for the
referring
love
to?
of- Sorry. we
Is he
don't get out
referring to
much, so
Paimon?
Our social skills are kind of lacking.
That's understandable.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great
These
deal.
guys are
and
nerds.
been
They
to
just
many
focus on
places.
studying.
Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Wait, what? Wait,
I
we
see.
should have like extensive knowledge about the Tarasuna,
My
right?
teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans
Oh,
don't know much about
the past
Tatarasuna's
is what they
past.
were looking
But
for.
who'd have thought that?
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade.
I don't think
But
I've
in
heard
the
of that name
end, he
before.
threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no
Was
one
it a
knows.
possessed blade?
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Is it?
That's right. Akaba's
Was
teacher
that
has
me?
spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned,
Was it the
things got
Fatui? I
pretty
get the feeling
ugly.
it's the Fatui.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Whoa.
Stop shouting!
Yeah. We're literally in front of you, man.
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even
400
back
years
then,
ago, could it be
Tatarasuna was
possible
already at
that
the
that
center
was
of
our
Inazuma's
sister?
smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Okay, yeah, what happened next? What? Wait, was it the kid? No, wait.
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story now?
So
That's
Tarasuna the
right.
one with the
What's
weird...
more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something
they
then seems to
referring-
have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Is that the one that we were talking about
Oh, yes,
on the
of
previous
course. How could I
Kazuha?
forget? Brace your
quest?
minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According
This
to
guy is
information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a
Yes.
puppet.
Oh, wait. Is that the Wanderer?
A puppet?
Is it gonna be the Wanderer?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No, Paimon just meant...
Wait, why are we keeping it a secret
How
though?
creepy!
I get the
The way
feeling
you
that
described it makes it sound like a ghost
something we
story.
can discuss with them, considering that they are
agree.
sages.
It
It's not like
does.
they're gonna.
But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Man arrived in Tatarasuna around 3 in the afternoon. This is way too long. We'll skip that.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as
God
well.
dang it. That's what. Tatarasuna area, Raiden Shogun, Mikoshi, Nagama. Okay, we'll skip that.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Oh boy. Paimon is speeding some facts there. This guy, you sound more like
Akaba,
a...
look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
None at all.
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle
They
on
should
this.
probably travel to Inazuma if they want to do that research, because it appears from the point of view that the guy is saying. We just
Alright,
asked some
thank
people
you.
about it.
If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know.
And
Thanks
if
so much.
you're finding out info that's been passed on a couple of times, there's gonna be it's gonna be
Hey,
terribly
That thing they were talking about,
altered
it has to do
biased?
with the Balladeer, doesn't it?
and stuff like that.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Oh, I see.
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many
Maybe
essay
we should have
topics
just
as
told
there
them
are
you should
trees in the
change your
forest.
topic,
There's no point
because it's some confidential stuff happening there. Who the heck was that?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like
Oh, it's the one to...
no, it can't have been. He got locked up.
Wait, does that mean
Quick,
that
let's catch up and see.
made Nahida made modifications on him? Made him not a bad guy or something? Where is it? Wait, crystal? Wait, what? There was a crystal fly, but I couldn't see it. Oh, it was a firefly. So that's why it was a just glowing thing. I didn't even notice it was a crystal fly or a firefly because of the yellow on the ground.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida, bad news. We just saw the Balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Okay, go ahead.
It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
You could have just used him as a slave. At this point,
You sure you trust this guy?
I would beat the shit out of him for you, Naida, just to
What
make
did
him
you
a slave.
expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all
No,
you
no,
can
no,
think about.
not killing you.
But if that's
Slaving.
the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's
Yeah,
still
it
some
was all
mysteries we
Naida.
need to
If
figure
it
out.
was me, he'd be
Ah,
freaking locked up, tied
So
up.
if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you
You
were
got
just
them
getting
right,
cold
Balladeer.
feet.
Would have been balladed ages ago.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
I wonder why she
The
didn't just
Balladier's
kept
power was
the
all but
gnosis.
completely spent after your battle. He's
What
no longer
is,
strong enough to be a strategic threat
What
to
will
us.
losing the notice
That puts
gnosis
him
of
in quite a precarious
kind of
position.
effect would it have on
Plus,
Archons?
he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Oh, poor bozo. Who gives a shit?
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
Why
I
would they
think
need
these two have
protection?
made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
No, I'm siding with Naida. Whatever she wants.
Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious
God damn it,
about
Paimon.
this? Yes.
We can take him
I
on
have
anytime.
my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Wait, what? For what?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category.
Oh yeah, that was the
This is
thing.
an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
Why did the MC raise his hand before we get the thing? That was good.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we
Calm
run
down,
into
Paimon.
him!
I'll be the
I
judge of that.
understand.
You're the emergency
But
food.
sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our
What?
minds have connected several times before.
How?
There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
It's
As
probably not what
Sumeru's
you're
deity,
thinking, Nahida.
it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to
Oh,
do
my
something
back.
for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Thank you, Nahida.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it
Hello,
would
Moon
put
Moon.
my
Welcome
mind
back.
at
Welcome back.
ease. Of course,
I,
I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Doing great. Doing awesome. How are you enjoying your weekend so far? Oh, wait, shit. Aren't you starting your work tomorrow, was it? It was, Wait, when are you starting your work again? It was gonna be Monday on the week, right? Next week, if I remember correctly? Or was it Tuesday?
Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
I started last Tuesday. Ah, gotcha. How's it been so far? I'm so terrible at dates. Sorry about that.
It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The
I'm
colors
terrible
are
at dates, man.
gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
I remember I was doing a quest yesterday. And I gave up on it today. It was the timed quest. It was gonna expire in 10 hours. It's a quest after Fontaine Archon quest that you have to help what's it called? The shooting for apparently a movie that they were making in Fontaine, or a film that they were making in Fontaine, with some Inazuman characters, Ayato and Ayaka, if I remember correctly. But when I was doing it, I was like, okay, I'll do this thing to see more of the journey and get the 20 primos. But as I was doing it yesterday and today, it is asking me to do the Fontaine Archon quest. And I was delaying the Fontaine Archon quest until I complete all the Sumeru stuff that I wanted to do. So I just noticed today that what I was actually doing the other day was actually the Fontaine Archon quest already. So yeah, I was like, shoot, screw this thing. I'll get back to this, or I'll just do the Fontaine Archon after I do the Sumeru. So yeah, I kinda abandoned it. Yeah, the thing is, if you start the Sumeru or the Fontaine, I think there's a way. The better way of doing it is doing that quest first before you do the Fontaine Archon quest, or doing it after the Fontaine Archon quest. Because right now, the quest is locked. Yeah. Doing the latter one, you won't get spoiled. Doing the earlier one, you would get primos, but you would get spoiled. But the thing is, if you would just want to do it for the primos, because it's just gonna be 20 primos per set, and it's gonna be like 100 primos all in all, and probably gonna take you like 5 hours or so, something like that. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth like cutting the Inazuma or the Fontaine journey just to get that the extra primos. So yeah, I completely abandoned it. That's kind of true. Actually, I don't even watch Genshin online, like online stuff about Genshin. and I got spoiled by a shit ton of stuff by Genshin. You know, you're casually just watching some random video. The literal ads that Genshin does literally spoils what the fuck is gonna happen in Fontaine. So there is that. I've been spoiled. Practically half of the Fontaine journey has been spoiled, or the conclusion of the Fontaine journey has been spoiled. But I still wanna do it in like a sequential manner. Like I wanna be able to watch everything and figure everything out, the entire story, or at least the Archon story, in a way that makes sense, right? In a way that, okay, this happened, this timeline, this happened on this timeline, this happened on this timeline, in one straight run. Because I tend to forget about stuff when I randomly divert. So yeah, I abandoned it
Look at that.
so
Hot
that
on my
I can do the
heels.
Fontaine Archon.
You know, you
like,
didn't have
straight
to
up.
cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized
So yeah, I
that
went
might
back to
enter Irmin's soul
Sumeru
ahead of you.
epilogue.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners
But yeah,
have to
how's the
put up
job
with
going so
harassment
far
from the
for you?
guards.
Is it
But
like
right
a
now,
weekend?
I'm on
Wait,
temporary release.
you guys
So
don't?
maybe you should think about
Do you guys
backing
even
off a
have
little.
weekends off?
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region
It's kind
of
of
Irmin's
understandable, man.
It is an environment like no other.
It was like,
and the most
I think it was like
important
I
place
was
in
at
all
like
of
3
Sumeru.
hours in or 2 hours in.
Unlike anywhere else, Irminsol's inner region consists
And then it asked me to
exclusively of
continue the
torrents of
Fontaine Archon.
information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through.
Oh shit,
I
I'm gonna
know
get
there have
lost
been
in this place
grievances
again.
between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Fine.
Getting tired is
Let's go on
normal?
truce. But
Understandable?
only until this mission's
As long as
over.
it's not a shit job,
Let's
you're
cut
gonna be
each other
fine,
a
man.
little slack, shall we?
I hope you enjoy it.
We are going to be traveling together after all.
I hope the experience
Per
has
my
been good.
agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be
gonna
at
be
the
good.
front.
Moving
It's
forward.
my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path.
My
All
washing
you have
machine
to
is
do
calling
is
him.
keep your pretty eyes open and try not to
I'm
fall
even looking
behind.
for extra stuff to do. Or
You sure
extra
are confident. Paimon will give you that.
other job offers that I
Make it
can
sound
look,
like
because
you're even
my
more
freaking washing
experienced in
machine.
adventuring than us.
I think that's
If
like
there are no further
one of the best
objections,
things that I
I
did
suggest we get
was
going.
buy that for my
Or
mom.
did you need some
And one of
time
the
to
worst timing
mentally prepare
decisions that I've
yourselves?
ever done, because I lost my job right after I
The
freaking bought it.
snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
If it was any other time that I bought that, I wouldn't have to worry about it. But right now, I'm freaking going crazy
We can start now.
about that shit.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling?
And the thing is, a lot of the jobs that I applied for, they say it's work from
Come
home,
on,
right?
let's catch up with him.
And then once they call you, yeah, no, it's on the other side of the Philippines. Wait, what the fuck do you mean by that? Dude, your posting says work from home. Why are you asking me to go to the freaking other corner of the country? How does that make sense?
So this is the inside of Irminsul.
I think that was like literally the first call that I got from the first three that I applied to. I asked them, this is the work from home, right? Because they were asking where I was from and if I would be able to move. Actually, there is an office. That's gonna be like my last option. There is an office available like less than a kilometer away. I could literally walk to and from. It's gonna be a long walk though. So I probably wouldn't walk over to the office, but going home, I could do that because my sister works there, my brother works there. My sister just walks home from the office. My brother just bikes over to the office. And I could probably work there, but that's the last option. If I can't get any good offers or any offers at all.
Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined
It's
with
like
the
less than a
entirety of
kilometer.
Teyvat.
I'm not quite
Every
sure
bit
how
of
far it
information
is.
flowing here means
But
something.
yeah.
Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to
The
do
thing
the
is,
opposite of everything he says?
There's one thing that I've enjoyed working for so far.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Because I've experienced
we will now
working
proceed to
for
the
like
heart
a
of
couple of
Irminsul.
companies
Can
before
you still sense
I
where
became
the
a
heart of
jobless bum.
Irminsul is?
yes.
And the only job that I
Permission to
truly
begin
enjoyed
searching
from
for
the bottom
information
of my
there?
heart
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's
was
go.
paying like
Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so...
$150
if we
per
did
month.
go running off in here, what would happen?
That's nowhere near enough to survive.
What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel
It was
companion's
indeed cute
face
back
if you
then.
went and got lost. Anything's
Although to be fair,
possible
that
in
was
here.
ages ago.
You can't rule anything out.
Wait,
So
what
if
the
you
heck?
wanna
Why
stay
is it so
safe,
far away? Are you
your best
planning on
option
moving?
is to stick
Holy
close to
shit,
me.
that's way too far, man. Follow the Balladeer. Are you planning on moving over to their place or nearby that workplace?
Things have spread out.
Those are
Wait,
all
do you use
packets of
the bullet
information
train?
from inside Irminsul.
Is that how you
Be
get there?
careful not to touch
It's 30
them.
kilometers away. Holy shit, that's way too far. Driving for an hour?
It looks the same in every direction.
I guess that's nice, but the train is...
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost.
That's kinda true, I guess.
He was actually telling the truth.
Paimon really hates, Paimon really hates Balladeer.
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge
How about the
tree.
traffic? Because you mentioned it's like an hour, right? Do you experience like heavy traffic? Wouldn't
Lesser
that
Lord
like make
Kusanali.
the
You made it.
the
Are you
journey
ready?
extend the
Ready
journey?
when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladeer
'Cause I think
actually
the
doing
furthest
what Nahida tells him.
That I've
Guess
worked
he must want to stay
like
alive.
literally away from home. The furthest the office have been compared to my home.
The rest is up to you.
I kinda
If
get
you
it.
discover anything at all,
Because my
make
first
sure
job,
to share it with us.
it was the best
Will
job
do.
that I had. Enjoyability wise,
Huh.
was
For
it
once,
DQ?
We're the ones with nothing
Because
to
selling
do.
ice cream to people, kids,
Traveler, Paimon,
dating
would you
people,
like to talk?
beautiful ladies. It's the best job. But goddamn,
Yes. I've
it was
also
like
invited
10
Paimon to join.
kilometers away,
Huh?
and the travel time
We can talk
would
to
be
each
like
other in
an hour and a half to 2 hours. 3 hours if some shit happened.
That's part of it. Plus,
There was a time
we're
I was
friends.
working in DQ.
There's nothing wrong
There
with
was a
us talking
time
like this once in
The
a
store
while.
was busy, and
Paimon's
then there
never
was a
tried
beautiful
this
lady that
before.
tried to
This
flirt
is
with me
cool.
because I was a store clerk,
Paimon's
right?
been
In
wanting to
Dairy
ask you
Queen.
something.
I gave her
Think
their
about
ice
years of
cream and I
people
gave her
walking
her change.
contradictions?
So as I was
He
handing out
talking
her
back, but he
change,
seemed to listen to what you said.
she held onto my hand, and she wasn't letting go. And I
As
noticed,
I've told you before,
I think this lady
there's
is trying
still
to
some
flirt with me,
mysteries for him to resolve.
but
Things
there
that are
were
clear
4
as day
people
to me,
behind her, so I was
but
like, I
that
pulled
he
my
has
hand.
yet to
Thank you for
understand.
visiting.
Perhaps
Get
today
the
will be the day that he finds the answers.
Bitch, now's not the time for this. Get the hell out of the way. People are waiting
Smart
in
and
line.
attentive as always.
I think that was the first and last time I did that. The first time I've experienced it.
So,
And the only time I've...
you made contact with that part of his mind.
Any other time, it would have been awesome.
It's true.
But right now I'm working.
Betrayal
Get the hell
turned
out of the way.
Balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out
You don't
he
you
can
don't get
hurt and
employee of
angry
the
just
month
like anyone else.
by flirting
Everyone
while
has a
there's a
history,
long line.
Paimon. Even if you're a puppet
Oh,
created
man.
by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two
Ah,
people at the
that-
academia
that was a
today
fun job.
talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes.
It was also
know
literally
about
right
all
in
of
front
that.
of
Really? Because
what's
from
it
what
called?
they were saying, it sounded like lots
Like
of
cinema?
Tatarasuna's history is still
So,
unexplained. And most
we'd
of the
get-
information
we'd
we have
occasionally
now
get,
is
like,
just from
local
people
celebrities.
filling the gaps with their imagination.
What I do is I
That's
just
what
ignore the celebrities. I just focus on the job.
Oh?
I
How
probably, like-
interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gase got it right?
No, they're literal
They
like
guessed right about
TV
one
celebrities, like television movie
Tatarasuna
stars.
was sabotaged.
Because we have
Must be a
this,
riveting
we
conversation
have
you
this
three are
film
having.
festival every
Funny
year,
how all the
that's
good
held
ones
on
happen when I'm
Christmas.
not involved.
and especially during those
What
times,
makes you think
the line
we're
would be
talking
like
to each
freaking.
other?
The line would
Don't insult me.
wait,
You're having a
wait.
private
I think it
conversation
would be
without
better
me.
if I
Obviously,
finish this
I
bit
must be the
first.
topic of said
The line would lit
conversation.
the way the place is located at is our store was literally in front of a like the cinema itself, right? And then there's a huge circle there that is in the middle of the different stores. So when it comes to film festival times, we'd have lines that literally goes around the literal like circle on the place. So even if there's a celebrity, it'd be like, here's your ice cream. Thank you for joining. The film was nice, ma'am. Please get the hell out of the way so I can serve the other customers. Because when it comes to new film releases, especially the big ones, we'd have a shit on the line. We'd be super busy. There'd be literally an hour or 2 hours of us just doing. It's crazy. It gets crazy. We just make a shit on of ice cream. Because usually what happens is it comes and go, right? Because we're literally in front of the cinema. We'd get a couple of orders and then they go to the cinema. But when it comes to film festival, it's gonna be like super duper long. Yeah. there was one time my manager asked me to I now that I think about it, I kind of regret not doing it. But there was a time my manager asked me to don a costume. But god damn it, it was a massive costume. It was gonna be super duper hot and I get sweaty. So if I use that costume, I'd be freaking dead in the middle of imagine being sweating a shit ton in the middle of the mall because it was a mall store. I'd freaking pass out in the mall. But now that I think back on it, maybe I should have tried doing it at least once. I kind of regret not doing it because we have a costume. It's literally a cup. Yeah. That may have been possible, but I prioritize the business. So yeah, come on, sponsors, please hire me. I'm a very good businessman. I prioritize businesses instead of other stuff. So yeah,
Of course you do. We
shameless.
can't have you prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found
I'm a good brand
anything yet?
sponsor. I love
Still
you no
looking.
matter what kind
Don't get your
of
hopes up,
company you
though.
are.
You and your twin come from outside this world. It
Please
wouldn't
help me
surprise
fund
me
my
if there was
washing
nothing
machine.
on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous.
I'm probably like,
It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things
Oddly.
about you.
the way I see it, I'm a good like company slave, but at the same time no. Cause when I work, I just try to focus on the work. I still do socialize with the workmates, But when there's gonna be like freedom to do an early leave, let's say for example, there's not much to do during that day or overstaffed for that day, I just always take it.
Right now,
Oh
we have
boy.
to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself, and making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
This light.
Is this a different
It looks
dimension?
similar to
I
the
kinda completely
siblings.
forgot we were
What
doing
could it
the
be?
we were doing the story
Anonymous
quest.
data.
The prologue.
Don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
Wait,
There's no
was
one
this
else
the
who can
thing
enter
that
the
made the
furnace. It
Tatarasuna
has
like
to be me.
radioactive?
Is that
Did
so?
they detonate? Is this the nuke that
Well,
detonated it?
since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
What happened there?
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and
Yeah,
indeed,
I just call it
everyone else.
radioactive.
Under
Actually,
your
it was Lemon
leadership,
Leaf that said it was
Tatara Suna
radioactive,
is a
so
warm,
I just went
welcoming
along with it.
place.
Because once you get
Like
into
a
that
giant
circle, you get
village.
freaking damaged, right?
People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose.
It's basically
They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil
it's
that plagued
basically
Inazuma.
Genshin's
As for Tatara
Chernobyl.
Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow.
Yeah,
The forging
the way he
industry
looks
with crystal
does
marrow as a
give that
raw
feel.
material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy.
Also, who the heck is
Skills,
speaking?
blood, dreams. Every smith
Wait,
brought
who the
into
hell
this
is this
trade
guy?
looks
Why
to
does
find
this
their
guy look
purpose
familiar?
between steel and blade.
This was supposed to be 400
That
years
is
ago.
why
Wait,
you
he looks
accepted
like
the
the guy
proposal
that
brought
made...
to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way
looks
he
like
could have
a Westerner
revolutionized our forging
in Japan.
process like this on his own. At least not on the same
Now that I
timescale.
said it, that kind of
You
sounds
allowed
bad.
Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece
This
of
guy,
ore
I
here
think
is
this...
smelted using
Wasn't
the new
this guy the
technique.
one on the film?
Even now,
On the
you
film
remain
crew?
one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us.
Also, why do all the
I believe it
bad
is
guys
you,
have
sir,
freaking goatees?
who
Or
are
why do
truly
all the people
responsible
that
for
have
the changes in
goatees
our
in
manufacturing
this
and
game are
forging
bad
methods.
guys? Is this
You
game
flatter
racist to
me.
goatees?
From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
that's kind
I
of
tried to
what I
resist
got
thinking it was all
when I saw his
connected.
file.
Because I didn't
Welcome
want to
back, Evan.
speculate.
Welcome back.
And
I
didn't
abandoned
wanna
the quest we
believe
were
that things
doing
could turn out this way.
yesterday.
What have we
I
gained
went
from
back
adopting
to
your new
Nahida's
technology?
quest, the Sumeru
Ominous
Archon.
black smoke, mounting production problems. Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our
Oh,
last
my
hope.
ass.
But that doesn't phase
And you might
want
want to gargle my ball sack.
Nothing does. Otherwise,
Wait, what
why
the
would
heck?
you still
Why
be
did it not
standing there
make
with
the
that
sound?
smile on your face?
I'm just surprised
did
that
it
you
make a
finally
sound on
chose
your
to be
end?
so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Wait, what the?
Mikoshi
You guys
Nagamasa
can
may
hear
have
it?
noticed that there was one common
But I
denominator
can't
among
hear
all
it.
these events.
Did I
Namely
jump scare you?
Escher.
Yeah, I bet I did.
Mr.
Coward.
Mikoshi is more
You
cautious
made
I
than
me
I.
fucked
sick.
it up again.
Your weakness
I
is
was like,
pathetic.
okay, this fixes it.
After all,
But now I
one
can't
was
hear
the
the damn
son
sound. What the
son
heck?
of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the
Why
shogun's own
can't I
hand.
hear it?
If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well
Oh
informed
man,
on the
something
subtleties
is
of his
still wrong.
situation for a mechanic
It's still
all
not
the way from
working
Fontaine.
properly. I can't hear the
Are you
sound,
sure
man.
you're not a little overqualified?
Now you can't
Why,
jump scare
Mr.
me.
Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a
Oh
diplomat?
man.
Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to
That
take some
makes me so sad,
responsibility
man.
and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy
Yeah, he looks
Tatara
like an
Suna
evil
has
guy.
worked.
Just the goatee itself?
I
Let
just
me
want
move
to know
my
what
head.
you're still doing here.
Just the goatee itself?
What's left?
This bozo excuse
Don't you have
Oh
all
shit,
your
he's gonna
answers by
stab.
now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, he did the stabbity.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
Right
You-
in the ass.
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I
What
thought
the
I
heck happened
disguised
to the
myself
dagger?
exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop
This
them.
game is weird.
Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias.
They made like super
and that
duper
I was not from Fontaine at all.
edgy stuff.
And yet,
But they don't show
despite
freaking
all of
violence
that,
here.
You still
guy
failed
literally
to
stabbed the
realize my
bozo.
true identity.
But now his
and
dagger
what
is on
I
his
seek
back
in
again.
Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Oh wait, this is a Fatui
If
guy,
you
isn't
kill
he?
me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong.
That's kinda true, yeah.
There is one other
That
person.
though, to be honest, it does make me sad.
Some may not see him
They
as a
they make the
person,
story
but
super edgy,
you
but then they
told
don't
him
show the edgy.
yourself.
edgy
You're
stuff.
not a puppet. You're
I mean,
a
you can
human. You're
getting
just
stabbed in a PC
missing
game isn't that big of a deal nowadays. Kids get
Whoever you're
kids
working
get
for
freaking
won't
watch
get away
porn
with
easily.
this. They'll
Although
be
to
found
be
out.
fair, it is
But
there's still like a
this
button
makes
to
no
press.
sense.
But come on, that's
you
just
really
freaking
trying
stab,
to
or at least
accomplish by
freaking
all
hold the
this?
knife, man.
Why go to all
Let
this
the guy
trouble?
hold the knife. It's
It's no
insinuated that
trouble
he
at
stabbed him.
all. Patience is a virtue which I have in
We all
abundance.
freaking know he stabbed him.
This is all part of a carefully
least they can do is make the guy hold the knife.
experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who?
Wait,
What
oh
do you
yeah, the
want?
doctor has a weird ass
Just
power.
to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My
I
device
still think that
functions
the Fatui is
precisely
up
as
to
you
like
say.
good stuff,
It
doing
is
the good
only
stuff,
chance you have of preventing a
or
catastrophe
rather planning to do
and
the good
keeping
stuff
the
by
truth
doing the
from
bad
the
stuff.
outside world. However, I did not make it with you.
But could it
in
be
mind.
possible?
It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when
The
they are
Cryo
filled
Archon
with
wants to do
hate.
good shit, but his
So give
her
in to your
minions
fury. I
misunderstood
want to see
her
what
like
happens
plans.
when a malevolent heart
these
is
guys are
placed into an
bozos.
unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for
I'd
befriending
let her
one
punch
who
me
is
any time
not
of
of
day,
our
man, but
kind?
I can fix her. Don't worry, man, I can fix her.
If you
Wait, you weren't referring to
my heart,
to
tell him
Signora?
that both
Because Signora is the only one that I can
Nagamas
remember that's the
and
Fatui that punched Benti.
see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone
Yeah. Actually, I just found out
just wants
about
to
another
use other
Fatui,
people.
another Fatui dummy mommy that
The only ones
she helped me. She helped me move.
Think like
She helped me move on
are people like
on
you.
Signora. I can't remember her name though.
What a beautiful way to see the world.
I'm gonna
It
convert her
almost
ash
makes me
into a
feel a
freaking
little guilty.
flashlight.
Then out of
Sorry.
respect for
I think I need to
you,
drink
I shall
water.
redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is
No,
not
no,
a
no.
consequence
I
of
just
your own
choked. I
folly
just choked
turning
on
you into an easy target. You simply lost to
'cause
something more
I'm feeling a
powerful
bit
than
sick,
you could
man.
ever hope
I
to
have
defeat.
some nasal
I
congestion.
say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet
There we go. That's
friend
the sound
become
of
a
me
human?
drinking water.
No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa. Already
Who was it
dead.
yesterday, Evan?
What a
The other
pity.
Fatui that I saw? The one with the black and white hair?
Jester,
That one I'm
I've
looking forward
completed
to
the
pull for.
task you gave me.
Hopefully nobody kills
Creating
her,
a
because
gap
I'm
and
gonna freaking
infiltrating
flip, man.
Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
No, not Capitano, goddammit, although
I'd like to introduce
I'm not gay,
a
but
puppet to you.
I'd
If he
simp for
proves
Capitano.
useful, let's make him our newest comrade.
But yeah, the other one, the
And if
girl, the
not,
one with the white and blue
let's
hair, god
turn
dang
him
it.
to dust.
The one with the big sister, dummy sister vibes. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore!
What the heck? What the fuck happened to the sound? The sound disappeared. Oh, there you are.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see
Wait, what do you
things
mean the
from his
Balladeer laugh?
perspective?
I don't. Oh shit, I
When
don't
I
remember
touched the
his laugh.
doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the
Oh,
furnace.
so I guess this is
He know
the
very well what that means. Even
What's
more
it
so
called?
than I.
character development arc for the Balladeer. I guess this is how he becomes a good guy.
Let's give him some space.
He looks really mad.
Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Oh
You
yeah,
need
let's
to give
go
him
over to some
time
corner.
to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono
crap,
to
where
live
the
with the
heck is it?
people of Tatarasuna.
Oh boy, this
Later,
trash bin.
the doctor showed up
I
disguised
really need
as
a
the
proper
mechanic
trash
from
bin.
Fontaine. And that's
My
when
trash
the
bin is
trouble
hard to
began.
get used to, just
It
like
was all
Sotun
a
Paimon
horrific
also does not
experiment
pay
planned by
attention
the
to the
doctor.
story.
Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster
I,
in Inazuma
I
that would bear
do,
fruit in the future.
kinda, partially.
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the Balladeer became the main test subject. After the events
Dude, if
you
I
just
wasn't
saw in that
streaming,
memory, the doctor
because
put
right now
Mio's
I'm
heart
streaming,
into
right?
the
So I
device
also
and handed it to
read the chat,
Balladeer.
and I also tend
Then
to
he
deviate
instructed
from
him
the
to enter
story
the
because I'm
furnace
reading and
and
having a
absorb all the
conversation with
filth
you
caused
guys.
by the smelting
But
process.
if I wasn't
The load was
streaming,
far beyond
you know
what
what
he
I do?
expected, but
This
the
thing,
Balladeer survived.
doing the
He
story,
left the furnace in
and on
sheer
the right
exhaustion
monitor,
and said
I'd
to
be
the
freaking
mechanic,
watching a horror movie.
"This device seems to have protected me."
That's basically
What's
what
in
I
it?
do.
The mechanic answered,
So
"Neo
that's
fled
kind
this
of true,
place
yeah.
through fear of punishment, but he left you a
Although
gift.
it doesn't used to be like
He
that.
said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight
Back
from the
then I
chest
get
of one of
engrossed
his
in the story.
innocent servants. The
But
mechanic
now
removed
that
the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The Balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth.
What was I
He
talking about
thought
again?
Mio
I
had
completely
completely
forgot.
betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the Balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
Wait, what are they talking
That's
about?
terrible.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Character development, yay!
Dotori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Whoa, chill. Daddy, chill. I should add that. You know what? Considering that I freaking flip out a lot on stream, I should add that. Daddy, chill.
Shall we see
Suck
how
and
he's doing?
chill. I should add that sound.
You alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
This mouse is
Hey,
turning out better
Are
than
you
I expected.
investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Aw,
That
does
part
that
of
mean
the
we have
story
to
doesn't
leave
make sense to me.
empty-handed?
Although we're not part of Tibet, we've what's the word for it? We've changed the course of history that has happened so far, right? So at the very least, the actions that we've made have already impacted the fate of the people. So we should have records, at least once we got to Mondstadt. Because we freaking saved the ass of that femboy. We freaking saved an entire country. We beat the shit of an Archon. And we saved an Archon from getting fried. Yeah, but still, they said the senders, our descenders. It says we don't have the thingamajig there.
Don't thank me just yet.
It literally said the
You
Irminsul
look really
doesn't
upset. Well, since Irminsul was a
record
dead end,
the senders.
I guess I can share some other info
Or
that
at
might
least the
interest
MC,
you.
not the sister.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived in this world. Plus, She only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Oh, he looks mad.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Why did they need to make the shield though?
Give me your hand.
Oh shit. What? That sounds shady.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
I don't have Siri.
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
I don't know.
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up!
Yeah, he's giga edgy. He's practically the personification of being edgy. Wait, is he
Fast
gonna die?
reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.